on the 10th annual Total Theater Tony Show here at uncradio.com. Very excited, very thrilled to be here once again for our 10th anniversary. I know I've already said that already. My name is Dave Lefkowitz, and before we even do anything else, let me just give a shout out to our engineer here for the day, our audio engineer. He is, his technical title here is Programming Director at UNC. He's Matthew Davis. Does Matthew want to come to the old microphone and just talk a little bit? Because he's a theater student here at UNC. He's a junior in the Performing and Visual Arts School. So say hi, Matthew.
Good morning.
Now, let me tell you about the how we're doing this show, and why I might sound a little bit distracted and weird. We're not in the radio studio, which we had hoped to be, but of course the university chose this particular time to renovate the station, which of course we're all grateful for, and suck all the asbestos out of the ceiling, which I'm kind of glad I'm not there for, as it were. So they thought, the construction people always tell you, okay, we're going to be done by Friday, the station will be back and ready for use, and where's the station now, Matthew?
Floorless with concrete floors, cables hanging out of the ceiling. It's okay, though. It's just not usable for us.
No, not today, not tomorrow. Hopefully by next week I'd be back and do my regular show. So we walk into a room over at the University Center, which is like a block away from the station, and basically empty conference room. And within 20 minutes, this man sitting next to me, Matthew Davis, he's got laptops, he's got a board, he's got the plugs and things and wires, and I swear to God, 20 minutes, we're ready to go on the air with music and internet and streaming and everything. And if I even wanted to take phone calls, which I don't have time for, alas, we could have done that too. Rather amazing. So tell me, you are a sound design person at UNC?
I'm a sound designer. My most recent credit really goes to Sweeney Todd here for the spring season. Next semester I'll be designing August Osage County with a couple other excellent designers. That show actually has mostly students designing it.
Oh, wow, okay.
There's only one faculty designer for that show. But overall, I do a lot of stuff here at UNC Student Radio, and it's just kind of my job.
It is. What kind of show do you have a program on UNC Radio?
I do have a program. It's called the Power Hour. And while it's currently on a break over the summer, for rest, it'll actually be coming back here in July.
So what is the Power Hour?
Power Hour is interesting-ish news, an occasional joke, and some top hits that I think you might actually enjoy. Or what I'm currently enjoying. That song could be a hit, or it could be a song from 30 years ago. It kind of just depends on the day.
Oh, so what's like an example of 2 or 3 songs that you would play on a typical Power Hour?
Pretty much.
No, what would be an example? Yeah.
I might play something from the Beatles just because I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Something from some 90s rock, and then maybe something top 40. Just
nice. Okay.
Everybody kind of involved.
Got it. So it's not just Miley and Jay-Z and in the new stuff.
Can I just say it's never been Miley, and I'm not planning on ever playing any Miley. No offense to you, honey.
No. No. If Miley's listening, Matthew's a nice young single-ish. Are you
single-ish? But first off, may I just say, if Miley's listening to uncstudentradio.com, may I ask what she's not doing? Would she not be doing anything else better than listening to this fantastic radio program?
If Miley is listening to uncradio.com and to this program at your next concert, please mention uncradio.com and this program.
We'll take the plug.
Exactly. Well, before you go, Matthew, and thanks for being behind the board and everything, tell us how you got into theater and what 1 or 2 of your favorite all-time shows are.
Well, I got into the theater when I was in high school. I was told by people that I might enjoy technical theater, and I kind of always enjoyed the show aspect. I used to do little miniature shows with my younger siblings in our basement. I had some power can lights that I would just throw up, and we would create things.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was told technical theater would probably be for me, so I got into the first show I ever did, the musical comedy Murders in the 1940s.
Wow.
First show I ever did. Still one of my favorite little shows to put on, even though it's not perfect, it's not great. It's a fun little thing to do. My favorite show that I've ever seen, watched, has to be a brand new one. It's the Book of Mormon.
Oh, did you see it in Denver? Or?
Yeah, and I just thought it was fantastic. It was it was just great. Favorite show I've worked on?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Seussical. A lot of people would say, it's not the greatest show. I just thought it was the most fun show that I've ever had the opportunity to work on.
Well, you weren't working costumes; you were working sound, though. But still,
Yeah, I was
even
working
so.
sound. So honestly, any show that I work with sound, it's going to be a little more fun because it can be a minimalistic show with barely any set, but the sound is just as intensive.
Right. So what's something people wouldn't know about sound design for a play or a musical that you're used to because you've been doing it for 5 years?
You can go to a show and not hear something, but I did play sounds and I made you feel them.
Ooh, subliminal, dude. What can you give us an example of something that you did in a show?
I have played low frequency sounds that create something that is like I don't know, I guess you could describe them as, I feel like there's going to be an earthquake, but there's not.
Ooh, that's not. And the funny thing is, I've had ear problems for the last 3 weeks. I wouldn't be able to hear it. I'd never noticed it, but the person next to me would be shaking.
Probably, just a bit.
You didn't cause that earthquake that we had a week ago, did you?
You don't know that. Most likely not. I can't afford that big of subs.
Guess not. Anyway, Matthew's going to be with us in and out throughout the day, making sure that our broadcast is working and that our sound is working and that we're streaming here on uncradio.com. Thank you so much, Matthew.